This wasn't supposed to be a rescue story. It was supposed to stay hidden. Behind an ordinary home in Michigan, something dark was quietly unfolding, something neighbors didn't see, didn't hear, or maybe didn't want to question. Because inside that house, police say a woman wasn't just living with family, she was allegedly being held captive for nearly 2 years, not in chains you could see, but in conditions investigators describe as unthinkable. Authorities say the victim, a vulnerable adult, was locked away in a basement, deprived of basic necessities like food, water, and even access to a bathroom. The person accused of doing this was someone she trusted, her own sister-in-law. This case didn't come to light because someone reported it. It came to light because the victim found a way out. A broken window, a desperate escape. And what police discovered next would leave even seasoned investigators shaken. Severe malnourishment, signs of prolonged neglect, and a story that sounds more like a horror movie than real life.
A Saginaw woman is accused of holding her sister-in-law hostage for 2 years. This is 48-year-old Tasha Beeman. According to our CBS affiliate in Saginaw, she was arrested on April 2nd after police responded to reports of a woman breaking into a home. That woman told the people living there that she'd escaped after being locked in a basement for 2 years. She told police she was given little food and water and no access to a bathroom. The 58-year-old woman was taken to the hospital for treatment. Beeman is charged with unlawful imprisonment and vulnerable adult abuse.
Now, a 48-year-old woman is facing serious charges, including unlawful imprisonment and abuse of a vulnerable adult. But here's the question that's been haunting everyone following this story. How does something like this go on for years without anyone stepping in? And what really happened inside that house when no one was watching? Based on the reporting available about this case, the articles do not clearly explain why the sister-in-law was originally living with Tasha Beeman. However, we can piece together some context from the reported facts. What the reports do tell us: the 58-year-old victim was the sister of Beeman's late husband. Beeman's husband, the victim's brother, died in January 2021. According to the New York Post, Beeman reportedly purchased the Gilbert Street home months after the victim's brother died. Now, because police labeled the victim a vulnerable adult, I'm going to assume she had some type of disability. Because the woman was only 10 years older than Beeman, I would think maybe she could have defended herself. But thankfully, she was able to escape. I did see that People magazine reported or described Tasha Beeman as the victim's caretaker. If this is the case, then we all can assume what may have been the alleged motive: why Tasha Beeman kept her sister-in-law in the basement for 2 years. She probably was cashing in on those disability checks. That's so messed up, but more common than we know. Family members, whether by blood or marriage, taking advantage of a situation for the check. I think the victim's brother may have been the one looking after his sister, or maybe whoever was caring for her was unable to anymore. Because how did she end up with a sister-in-law and not another blood relative? The details of whether the victim moved in before or after the brother's death, or whether other family members were aware of the living situation, may come out during the court proceedings, particularly the preliminary examination that was scheduled for April 20th. This is a low-down situation, and hopefully Tasha Beeman get what she deserves. Let me know what you think and stay tuned for more.